Greetings everyone, if you like to PvP, this is my PvP battle match on Diablo 4. It's a very mobile build, almost unkillable, with plenty of damage and CC. Also, I made an alt so you can quickly switch from PvP to PvE in order to easily farm in late game. For the gear and skills, you want to play with sparks in order to boost your critical chance. You can also consider arc lash if you want to have a bit more of CC. You'll put damage reduction and increase attack speed in order to have a good synergy with this skill. Then our mastery spell will be the ball lightning, and you need to have this legendary power in order for the ball to circle around you. You can also take the increased chance to crit when you use this spell with 100 mana. Then teleport for the mobility with the movement speed after using it, and deep freeze for the ultimate in order to be invulnerable and also gain life and mana during its duration. Then you get the flaming for the healing and invulnerability, and lastly the lightning spear to have more damage. Also, to generate mana, you want mana when you stun an enemy and mana when you use a skill with a cooldown. You also want armor when you do damage and increase damage in function of the mana that you have. For the gems, you want in armor topaz in order to reduce CC, and in weapon increase damage of your ultimate with diamonds. On the accessory, take what you need to resist. For the specialization, you want teleport. It will swap your dodge with a new teleport, and it will be very important to have this one in order to gain mobility if you want to chase enemy or to escape. You also want the flame shield. Instead of dying, it will trigger, heal yourself, and you'll be invulnerable for 2 seconds. For the skills, you want to play the spark with the increased chance to crit, or you can go for the arc lash in order to have more CC. Then you just take the resistance passive, and we want the flame shield with the teleport. For the flame shield healing, and for the teleport damage reduction after using it. You can also take the chance to reduce the cooldown of your utility spell. It can be very handy and save you. After that, you have 3 very interesting passive: lucky hit chance, damage reduction after spending 100 mana, and a barrier when you use a spell with a cooldown. Of course, you also want the spear in order to have this boost of damage and CC. Then the ball lightning with the fact that it can stun enemies, and your ultimate with the associated passives. You can also take the passives below, which will reduce damage from enemies when they are struck by lightning. Lastly, for the K passive, you want the VM Mastery. It's just too strong for a melee lightning build. So if you wish to farm a bit and go in PvE, with this build you can quickly swap from a build to another. For that, you just need to first change the ultimate with the lightning one. It will give you a great boost of damage, and your teleport or the flame shield with the ball lightning in order to create a ball lightning at the location and increase your damage, especially on bosses and elites. So I'll show you some gameplay with this build. Of course, it's only a PvE, but the idea is for you to understand how the build works. I recorded 2 setups, and I'll start with the PvP one. So obviously you lack a bit of damage in PvE with this setup, but the idea is to see the great mobility of the character. If you have any trouble, you can use the flame shield or your ultimate, and people won't be able to kill you at all. You also have this great mobility with the double teleport, and if they want to kill you, they must be very well prepared in order to do so. For the PvE, you need your ultimate in order to crazy boost your damage, and you'll see that it quite works well. Of course, it's not as good as the other builds that I showed you on PvE, but it's very convenient to quickly swap from PvP to PvE if you want to farm a bit. In the end, no matter what you do, you'll have a very powerful, fun, dynamic build to play with in PvE and especially in PvP. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you'll have plenty of frag with this build, and if you have any question, feel free to post in the comments. Bye bye!